In this world, your knife says more about you than your job, your degree, or your IQ. I don't need to meet you or to hear you speak. You show me your knife and I'll know everything. Aristotle, long time ago, somewhere in the hood.
Meow meow nigga!
This is a full exposure of your soul based only on what bread cutter you bought. Your knife is a mirror, and today I'm holding it up to your fucking face. Knife tiers, the only classification that matters. We'll be going from lowest tier knives to the high status, not based on performance, but based on what your choice reveals about your unresolved childhood traumas. This is knife psychology. Let's begin. Broke boy tire, entry level regret. These are your first knives, the one that say, I'm poor, but I try. You think silvers are impressed when you pull it out.
They are not.
It's a flex attempt from a frugal man who doesn't know what wasabi or lobster taste like. You think people are impressed by your knife, but reality is different. Deep down, you want to be in S tier, but you can't afford it now. You are still Mafia Boss level 1 with a long road ahead. Default knife. You've been broke so long, even scammers block you. You drink tap water and believe minimalistic is a mindset, but it's just you having nothing. Having this knife is like going to a war with a spoon. If you stab me with a default knife, I don't die, I get a paper cut. Classic knife. You didn't equip this because it looks good. You equip it to feel something from 2004. You are the type of guy who says real ones remember 1.6 in every conversation. Owning a classic knife is like still using Facebook, Tumblr, AskFM, 4chan, 9gag. When someone says let's play Dust, you respond with Dust 1 or Dust 2. You use all callouts that nobody knows. You are so old, you got first place in Half-Life speedrun back in 1999. Now, you're a disappointed dad because your kids want a butterfly, not a classic knife. You have a private Steam profile and put so much energy into being a secretive guy that a conversation with you will look like this. Are you John?
Depends who's asking.
We are.
Who's we?
Depends who's asking.
I'm asking.
Who's I?
Depends who's asking.
I'm asking. Shadow daggers. These aren't knives, they're hand dildos. You bought this thinking you were being different. Nah, king. You are just horny with poor taste. You are sexually desperate, but also extremely ugly. You spend more time on camgirls sites than on actual life. If I were to go on Omegle, I could find you in under 5 minutes with your dick still hard, but small and ugly. You get nervous when someone says the word plug in public. You and Nikola Tesla have a lot in common. He invented electricity, you invented foot fetish section on other sites, and still no awards. Society just isn't ready for greatness. Gut knife. This is a cry for help. You bought the cheapest knife and told yourself it's underrated. You didn't buy this because you liked it. You bought it because you were broke, sad, and wanted to feel something. You said it's about the animation. Yes, it is, and yours look like a rotisserie chicken. You are just the guy who brings expired mayonnaise with the date you raised to the barbecue at things we will not know. Navaja knife. This is fake stiletto but from Temu. It folds, bro. Why does it fold? So your aunt can use it to slice birthday cake at a family gathering? This is what you pull out when someone asks you to scratch their
Relax.
back. To scratch their back. Your Steam password is probably Navaja123. If I were a scammer and received this from you, I'll refund it out of pure mercy. Bowie knife. Your personality is all about being loud and annoying. Size matters. Yes, because this is too big. It looks like you're trying to compensate for something. You are the same as those guys who buy SUVs but are short kings. You probably eat raw chicken breast. You are just awkward and slow. Why do you lift heavy weights for 3 reps while making weird noises? It doesn't even look tactical. It looks like you're about to cut my walls. Are you installing an air conditioner in my apartment with this? Or what? Falcon knife. You spam FR key more than a butterfly owner does. You will do anything to hit that smooth sweet combo. You use your left hand that much that you can make women happy in bed. but only with your hand and not your hammer. You follow 400 Instagram models and like every one of their posts with 20 red hearts emojis. I'll send you a Steam gift card and say, use this to start over. Mid-range, crisis tire. This guy had some money, made a decision, but still regret it. You are not poor, but you're not rich either. You tell people it's about aesthetics and it's still an investment. Bro, the truth is, it's all about your ego. If your dad sees how much you spend, he'll probably beat the shit out of you and send you back to foster home for imaginary friends. Cookery knife. You developed a close relationship with this knife. For instance, every night before going to sleep, you say,
I love you, baby mama.
I love you.
you wear camo pants to the grocery store and call the cashier operator. You drink black coffee, stare at walls, and then start master flip knife. Owning this is like calling yourself different in a group of people who never noticed you exist. You act mysterious, but everyone just confused and concerned about you. You bought this knife and started calling everyone brother in a deep voice. You probably say the N-word even though you are not black. You work at Burger King where you flip burgers. You are a burger flipper. Ursus knife. You eat 5 whole breads a day and drink spoiled milk. This is a Home Depot loyalty reward. You bought it because you wanted to mix cement with it. It's what you carry in real life next to your trowel. Survival knife. You pick the knife named Survival and still manage to die first every round. What are you surviving? Social interactions? Emotional growth? You wear fingerless gloves in public and think the government is watching you. Nomad knife. You look like the type of guy who says, trust me bro, before ruining everything. You pick the knife named Nomad but haven't walked more than 400 steps in a day since 2021. You say, I operate differently, but no one's asking what you're doing. You think everyone's intimidated by your silence, but they are just waiting for you to leave. Paracord knife. You have such a bad internet connection that you probably watch this video in 480p. Your idea of danger is running out of oat milk. You are a vegan transgendered. You watch Instagram all day long and argue with people in the comment section. Your knife looks like it was made in a garage by your divorced uncle. Yes, the same uncle that eats raw meat. Huntsman knife. Is this a new knife? Never heard of it. High-end. You bought this to look alpha. Knives here are expensive enough to be impressive. If you own one of these, you probably have money and no personality. They cost just enough to impress, but not enough to have a girlfriend. Either way, why would you need one? You went from Mafia Boss level 1 all the way to Mafia Boss level 99. You have a well-paying job, yet every month you somehow manage to end up with more debt than the month before. You are just very irresponsible with your credit card. Stiletto knife. You wear turtlenecks in summer and hoodies in saunas. People consider you their son. Now please get 93 million miles away from here. This is a knife of a man who wears designer belt with $5 in his bank account. You flirt with girls by sending knife gifts and telling their eyes look like a Doppler phase 4. You have a Spotify playlist called Aura Energy. Remember that all mistakes are fixable except for you. Skeleton knife. You post stories of your knife with Drake songs. Your childhood was probably filled with microwave dinners and silent car rides with your dad. This is a knife of a man who couldn't afford the real one but still needed an illusion of choice. You bought this after a breakup thinking a knife will fill the void. You smell so bad and keep telling people women aren't funny. Bayonet. Bayonet owners are woman. Maybe because the blade is long, thick, and black. Women are attracted by this. If you are a guy, then you are gay. Also, this knife is boring. It doesn't do that much. You drink matcha coffee and thinks it makes you mysterious. You follow 0 people on Instagram with the excuse of they are not worthy of my time. You still have no car. M. Night Bayonet. You like pastas and junk food, but you're still skinny. How is that possible? We don't know. Oh, and you are going to the gym for the past 4 years, but still look the same. This knife screams, I take creatine and give unsolicited advice in gym locker's room. You bought this because deep down you wish you were in military, but the only battle you fought is with corn addiction. Talon knife. Karambit from Temu. Talon owners think they're better than you because wear a 1 million colon, have a Rolex wallpaper on their iPhone 6 and say, I don't chase women, I attract them. Also, you are secretly playing Valorant when no one is watching. S tier. They're expensive enough to earn respect from silvers, but not enough to make your mother proud she gave birth to you. Speaking of your mother, you still get tiny erections when you see her or when you check yourself out in the bathroom mirror. You've got money for fancy fragrances, but your favorite scent is still your own fart. You don't play CS for fun, you play to be seen. Karambit, you post gym selfies, max bench is 40 kilos and never wanna fight, in game or in real life. You talk like a war veteran, but your only combat experience is arguing with 12 years old on Discord. You are the type to say women don't like nice guys, while being toxic with everybody. You really like to talk about math. I can still hear you saying 15 plus 15 is 30. But 16 plus 16 is 32. Butterfly knife. Butterfly users are confused and constantly seeking approval. You spam inspect key every round. You imagine girls flirting with you. These are the type of guys who set alarms for 5 am just to post grind never stops, then go back to sleep. You only bought this knife to spin it and flex it in front of people who didn't ask. Butterfly owners don't listen to music, they listen to Thunderstorm and Riptide case openings all day long. Do you know any of your friends that will fit in these categories? Share this video with them and tag them in the comment section. Subscribe!